Hello, sweet friends. I hope that you are doing well in these extraordinary times. I am so happy to come back to you. Even though it's virtually, you are in my hearts and thoughts and prayers. And I trust that each of you are taking good care of yourselves and taking some time to breathe some fresh air when you can and practice some yoga. So let's begin by coming to a seat in a comfortable chair, sitting up straight, letting the top of your head lift upwards towards the ceiling above you. Then as your back is straight, begin to notice your breath, slowly breathing in and out through your nostrils. Now close your eyes and breathe in again. Two more. Now blink your eyes open and float your arms up above your head, reaching with your fingertips towards the ceiling. Take an inhale, and on your breath out, fold in half and swing your arms. Inhale back up, and do it again. Inhale up, and do it again. One more time. Good. Now keep your arms lifted and drop one hand between your shoulder blades and grab your elbow with the other hand. Keep your chin parallel to the floor. In other words, you're not tilting your head to get your elbow behind your head. You're just pulling the elbow until it gets behind the head and you feel a stretch in your upper arm. Slowly lean in the direction you're pulling, feeling the stretch along the side of your body. Then lifting back up, reach up and drop the other hand, taking hold of the elbow and starting to lean in the direction you're pulling. Good. Lift back up, float your arms in front of you and stop when they're parallel to the ground. Press the heels of your hands away and then turn your fingertips down for your flexion and extension of your wrist. One more each way. Now make a tight fist and roll your wrists in circles, clockwise and counterclockwise. Back and forth. Keep your back straight, sitting up tall, belly in towards your spine. Now open and close your fingers quickly. Good. Now very slowly drop the arms down by your sides. Keep one hand on the chair and lift the other arm up. Begin to lean in the direction that your lower arm is reaching. Then come back up and switch. Lift and lean. Now switch again. Lift and lean. Same thing, switching sides. We'll do two more on each side. Really lifting and stretching. So this is like a seated crescent moon, using a modification of sitting in the chair and keeping one hand down. Good. Shrug your shoulders. Roll them around. Loosen up all the muscles around the top of the neck and the shoulders. Back around. Both directions. Very good. Now, we're going to keep our arms close to our sides and just rotate the arms out and then come back together. Out and come back together, squeezing your upper arms in towards your side body. Once more. Nice. Now we're going to bring him into like a military push-up. Hold your hands up near your shoulders and press up and pull down. Press up and pull down. Two more. Straighten your elbows. Good. Now we're going to incorporate those two movements together. So at first we have our arms like so. Open, close, lift, and push. Pull, down, open, close, up. Good. Keep going. See if you can keep that pattern of movement going. A little bit of a military push-up, a little bit of a bicep curl. Lots of good stuff happening here. One more. Lift and lower. Nice. All right, so now let's move into some twists. Let's take our left hand to the outer part of the right thigh and take your other hand to the chair behind you. Twist your shoulders and turn and look to the right, keeping your back straight. Stay for a breath in and a breath out, and then slowly release and go the other way. So we're really stretching the shoulder girdle towards the left. We're using our hand to anchor ourselves and twist in the spine and the shoulders. Good, now back to the center. And let's open the legs a little bit wider than the chair, wider than hip distance. And let's begin a slow forward fold. So forward folds at the place where your pants crease, and then press into your hands and straighten your elbows as you come all the way back up. So you're lengthening your spine. It's a flat back and coming back up. Movement with breath. Fold and breathe out. Lift and breathe in. Fold and lift. Beautiful. Walk your feet back together, pad them out. Now let's move into some dandasanas. So remember, this is the one where you straighten your legs one at a time in front of you. You're sitting up straight and tall in your chair, so your back is very straight, the top of your head lifting towards the ceiling above you, and you're engaging your core muscles to keep your legs lifted. So your quadricep muscles are working, your lower legs are working, and you're pressing through the heels of your feet so that your toes face the sky. Now let's fan our feet open and then bring them back together. Open and back together. The heels stay touching and the toes are what are opening out and together. Good, now drop your legs and march it out. Nice. Okay, so now we're gonna bring one knee up and squeeze it close to our chest. So you're really engaging your arms here at this point. Now hold your leg upright, flex and point your foot. Roll your foot in circles, clockwise and counterclockwise. Good. Now keep the foot flexed, hold the leg tightly, and then slowly loosen your grip and see if you can keep the leg lifted. Press through to a half of a dandasana and set the foot down. Very nice. Bring the other leg up. So we're squeezing it closely. Our arms are close to our side body. Our foot is going to flex and point. Roll around in circles. Hold the leg tight, really squeezing the leg close to the chest, engaging your core muscles, keeping your back straight. Now slowly begin to let your arms come and hands come off of your leg. You're sustaining this nice half of a crunch, and then press through the heel and drop the foot down. Very nice. Let's do that again. One leg up, keep the foot flexed, squeeze tightly, then slowly release. Keep that leg lifted and press through, drop down. Other side, squeeze, keep the foot lifted, engaging your core, growing your spine tall, slowly peeling the arms apart and away from the leg. Press through the heel to half of a dandasana and step it down. Good job. All right, let's stand up and we'll come into some sun salutations. I'm just gonna set the chair off to the side just for a moment while I have some room for the up and down positions. So sweep the arms up and breathe in. Prayer-like hands and fold in half. Then come up halfway, fold again, and rise back up. Fold, halfway left, fold, and rise back up. Fold in half, halfway left, fold again, stand up and reach. One more time. Fold, halfway left, fold, and rise, and hands to your heart. Good. Now we're going to step forward into a crescent lunge. You'll recall that in crescent lunges, our feet are hip distance apart, and we'll step forward with the right foot and come onto the ball of the back foot. So just so you can see, I'm just going to turn so you can see that the ball of the back foot is grounded, but the heel is lifted. All right, so this is the position we want to bring our legs into. If you feel wobbly, move your feet a little wider, and you can always hold on to your chair. Otherwise, start to sink your tailbone down, bend your front leg. So in this posture, right now we're just keeping our hands at our heart, but we're keeping our upper body vertical. So I'll turn one more time to show you. We're not leaning forward, we're simply keeping the back leg straight, our upper body is exactly over the hips, and we're sinking into that front leg. Good. Now, it's a challenge to keep your balance in these crescent lunges, so if you need to keep your hands at your heart or on your chair, you could. But the posture is lifting the arms over the head, reaching with the fingertips so that you feel that separation of your rib cage from your hip bone, creating a lot of space for your organs. Let's take 5 breaths here. Breathe in and out. In and out. One more. And release. Good. Now let's switch sides. So left foot forward, your back foot will be the right foot. You're on the ball of that foot and you're sinking into your hips, upper body over your hips, arms up, strong straight arms. 5 breaths. Breathe in and out through your nose. In, out through your nose. One more. And release on your exhale. Yay! Okay, so we've done crescent lunge. Now let's begin into some warrior positions. You'll recall that the warrior position has the front foot directly facing forward and the knee is bent in line with the middle toes and over the ankle. The back foot is at an angle, about 45 degrees, heel behind toes. The back leg is straight and your upper body is facing forward. Your hips might be slightly facing towards the left, and that's completely okay. So now we're going to float our arms back up over our head and think of yourself as reaching with your fingertips and rooting into your feet. So bring your mind to the soles of your feet. Ground down into your big toes. Press downward toward the earth, your little toes, and the center of your heel. Good. Now stay in this position for 3 more breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more breath in. Now warrior 2. Your right arm goes over your right leg, your left arm goes over your left leg. Now your body is facing the wall and you're in this warrior 2 posture. I'll just turn so you can remember you're in this long arm body and you're stretching in opposite directions. Very nice. Okay. So now we're going to turn our head, look over our front hand, flip the palm, and reverse the warrior. So this is where that front arm goes up. In this case, it's the right arm. The right leg is bent, and you're just leaning backwards towards this great big stretch of an arc from the elbow all the way down to the lower rib. Good. Back to warrior 2, and we'll stand up. Yay. All right, now we'll bring ourselves into warrior 1 on the other side. So left foot forward, back foot is at an angle, and you're going to sink into the front leg. Remember, the knee stays over the ankle and in line with the middle toes. Your upper body is very strong, lifted. Your back leg is straight as a board, and you're going to press into the soles of your feet. Turn to face forward and lift your arms. 3 breaths here. In through your nose. Out through your nose. In through your nose. And release to warrior 2. So here we have the left arm over, the right arm back, and we've got this lovely lengthening action of the arms. Flip the front palm, and let's reverse the warrior. So the left arm goes up. You'll remember this is that wonderful stretch that opens up the side body. Keep reaching with the bottom hand towards your foot. Nicely done. Come on back up and let's march it out. Good. So I don't know about you, but I'm starting to feel a little bit of that heat that we've created, which is exactly what we want to do. Getting our heart rate going, circulating our blood, and taking deep, long, intentional breaths, taking over the breath. That's something that we can control. We can control the rhythm of our breath. And as we do so, it sends signals to our brain that helps our brain feel more at ease and calm. So let's practice breathing with this centered breath throughout the remainder of our time together. So we've done our warriors. Now we're going to bring the chair back into it and come into some balance poses. So please stand at the back of your chair and place your peace fingers upon the back of the top of the chair. Set your feet hip distance apart and lift up onto your tippy toes. If you're able, begin to lift your arms out in front of you and just balance. Keeping your focus, a soft focus on something in the distance, and also a focus on your breath. Remember, a centered breath is even on the inhale and the exhale. So breathe into the count of 4 and out to the count of 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Go ahead and release. Send your tailbone backwards, come into a forward fold, and lift your toes up off the ground. So I'm just going to turn the chair so you can see what I'm saying. So when you come forward, your back is flat, it's not rounded. You're coming on top of that chair with your heart, and you're lifting your toes. You're on your heels. So sink back. Get a lovely stretch along the back of your legs, your hamstrings, and then come back up onto your tippy toes and arms out if you can. Breath in, 2, 3, 4. Breath out, 2, 3, 4. Breath in, 2, 3, 4. Breath out, 2, 3, 4, and release. Yay, back down, stretch it out, and then come back to Tadasana, mountain pose. So mountain pose is both feet underneath your hips. Your arms are strong and straight, pointing fingertips towards the earth, lifting up through your heart, like you're lifting your heart and your light up towards the sky, and your shoulder blades are down and away from your earlobes. So this is mountain, and it's found in a lot of the poses that we do, including and especially the balance poses. So we always start here. You can place your hand upon your chair, and then we'll make our way to tree pose, bending the outside leg and bringing the sole of the foot to the ankle or the calf, or even if you have the range of motion, you might even place your foot on your inner thigh. There's all different ways to make tree pose possible. So get to your own comfort level, and then if you wish, lift your arms up and balance on that one standing leg, feeling the body lifting up from the belly button to the top of the head and rooting down from the belly button down to the sole of the foot. Breath in and breath out. 2 more. Try to release the same way that you came into the pose, bringing your knee forward and back to Tadasana. Excellent. So now we'll do tree pose on the other side. So I'm just moving the chair just so you can see. Now we'll come onto the standing leg that's next to the chair into tree pose. So same sequence applies. You're lifting up through your diaphragm and your rib cage. Everything is lifted up. Your leg is securely pressing towards the this foot is pressing towards the leg. So it's an action of pressing inward on both the leg towards the foot and the foot towards the leg. And then if you can, and if you wish, begin to lift your arms. Remember, you can always hold on to the chair for extra stability and support. Just focus on lifting your body, lifting upward and rooting downward. Let's stay for 2 more sets of breath. Breathe in and out. And breath in and breath out. Beautiful. Release the way that you came in. Bring your knee forward and mindfully place your foot down beside the other. Back to Tadasana. Wonderful. So we're going to switch now, keeping the chair here, but switch into the next standing balancing pose, tripod pose. So if you need to march it out a little bit before you come back into a standing Tadasana, shift your weight to your standing leg that's closest to the chair and sweep your other leg directly out to your side. So I'm just going to turn so you can see what I'm saying. We're sweeping it directly out to the side. We're not bringing it forward or backwards, just out to the side. Growing the spine tall and then possibly letting go of the chair. Stay here and breathe. And then back in. That was making me feel wobbly. All right, so let's do it on the other side. This is tripod pose. You're going to sweep your outer leg directly out, keep your foot flexed, and maybe let go of the chair. Breath in and breath out. Back to standing to Tadasana. All right, so I'm just going to set the chair aside so you can see what I'm saying. We're going to do the same thing. This is tripod pose, but we're going to bring in the action of proprioception, where you start to let your toes go forward and backwards without looking at your toes or looking at the ground. So fix your eyes on something on the horizon. Sweep your leg back out to tripod. You can stay holding onto the chair lightly, but try to challenge your balance. Maybe keep your hand at a hover so that you know the chair is there, but you're really challenging yourself to keep yourself balanced. Or you could bring your hands down by your sides, bring your big toe in front of you and tap it. Then flex the foot slowly. Bring the leg around and behind you and try to tap the toe there. Good. Come back around and tap. Back around and tap. This can be fatiguing, so if you need to take a break, by all means, it's your body and your practice, but let's try to do all that we can. Keep going. This will be the last one. You're doing great. Nice. March it out. So the standing leg got a lot of work. Let's give the other leg a chance to work. Okay, so first we come to Tadasana. Then we consciously shift our weight to the standing leg. Sweep out the outside leg, tripod, pose. And then proprioception, bringing the front foot, tap. Flex the foot, bring it out and around and behind you, tap. Slower is harder. Try to go slowly and match your movement to your breath. One more. And done. Good work. Okay, so let's come back to the back of the chair and widen your stance to the width of the chair. Good. So we've got a little bit of space between our body and the chair. Our legs are set widely. Now we're going to make our feet the shape of duck feet. So their toes are out and the heels are more inward. This is setting up for goddess pose. Goddess pose is the one where you sink your tailbone straight down, your knees come over your feet, and you keep your upper body right on top of your hips. You can hold the chair or bring your arms to the shape of a cactus. Slowly come up, bring your hands together, and then go back down. Inhale up, sinking on your breath out. Keep going. Last one. Bring your hands to the chair, heel toe your feet back together, and come back to Tadasana. Lovely. All right, so now we're going to come into more of a parallel foot in a wide stance. So this is wide-legged forward fold. So the feet are actually parallel on the pinky toe sides of your feet. And your legs right now are straight. So keeping the legs straight, begin to come forward in a fold over your chair, like your heart is coming toward your chair. Come to the place where you feel sensation along the back of your legs. So this is a wide-legged forward fold. We're keeping our heart parallel to the floor. This is just a safe practice for those of you that might have eye issues like glaucoma, or perhaps are taking blood pressure medicine, or just taking extra care of our heart and keeping it right here. But we are going to lunge now, so we still can keep our heart parallel. Just bend your right leg and sink your hips over to the side. Feeling a good stretch on the inner thigh. Good, come back up to the middle, and now sink over to the other side. Feel the stretch on the inner thigh. Come back to the middle. You're still folded over. Now we're going to make some more movement a little more dynamically. So sink, come up, sink to the other side, and come back up. Bend your knee, keep the other leg straight. Back and forth. Keeping the rhythm matching the breath. Inhale, exhale. Back to the center. Slowly come to standing. When you get to the top of your stance, open your arms out like a T and begin to rotate your rib cage. See how far you can go. Your legs are straight, then slowly rotate. Bring your arms around. See how far you can go. Back around and around. And to center. Keep your arms out, heel toe your feet together. Holding your arms out like so, you're increasing your upper body strength simply by lifting your arms. When your arms are up like so, if we stayed here for a while, we would begin to feel slightly fatigued because your arms weigh something. Your bones are dense, and we're using them kind of like weight training. So let's flip the palms so that they face upright. Stand up straight and begin to mindfully bring your fingertips to your shoulders. Keep your elbows at the same distance as your shoulders are throughout the sequence. Tapping and opening. One more. Now we're going to float one arm behind our back. I'm just turning so you can see what I'm saying. You're going to take the other arm and grab the hands. So now you've got a hold of your hand and you're going to guide it towards the direction you're pulling. You're getting a stretch across the shoulder. Good job. Now let's just switch. So it's easy to do. Just bring the other hand to the side of your body, pulling the arm in the direction that you're the opposite direction of what you just did, and then release. So that can be a little fatiguing on your shoulders, but it's strengthening that connection where all of the muscles come together right around your rotator cuff. So be kind to yourself, give yourself a little massage or roll your shoulders a little bit to loosen up some of that stretching that we just did. Okay, now let's come to the chair. Sit down at the top of the chair and let's make our way to the figure four, crossing one ankle over the other. I love this stretch. It feels so good along the side of your hip. We want to keep the back straight at first, and we're going to apply just a tiny bit of pressure to the knee downward, straight toward the floor. Focus on your breath, that thing that you can control. Breathe in and breathe out. Now we're going to forward fold. We fold on our exhale. So let's all take a breath in together and fold forward on your breath out. Rise up and release. Switch sides. First, growing your spine very straight. The weight of your upper body just resting as it should over your pelvis. Your left hand on your left knee, a light amount of pressure downward. Breath in and breath out. Use your imagination and see your breath coming into your body and follow it with your mind's eye as it goes into your lungs, sending all that wonderful oxygen to your cells throughout your entire body. next breath out, let's fold. Inhale, fold. Stay folded over. Now release, lifting back up to a straight back, feet back on the floor, and march it out. Very good. Come more towards the back of your chair so that your thighs are supported by the seat. And then let's come back to Dandasana. Dandasana pose, feet flexed. This time we'll lift our arms right above the head, growing the spine tall. I want you to breathe in towards your belly button. Let your belly inflate as you inhale. As you exhale, bring your belly button towards your back. Good, let's do that 3 more times. That's 1. That's 2. And that's 3. Lower the arms, lower the legs, and let's march it out. Good work. Now we'll come back towards the middle seat of the chair, not at the very top. We want our full seat to be on the chair. And let's bring our legs out a little bit wider. Open your arms up. So you see you look like the shape of the letter X. You're going to bring your feet off the floor. So we're in this beautiful shape of the letter X. At first, point your toes and flex your feet. Point and flex. Keep them flexed, and then bring everything together. That's your exhale. So it's a lot like a jumping jack, just using the chair. Open wide and come together. Open, take up space, come back together. 2 more. And the feet come back to the ground. Wonderful. All right. So now come back to the back of the chair, and we're going to do some twisting again. So at first, let's take the right leg and cross it over the left. So it's a lot like a lady at a table, a politely crossed leg. But we're going to bring energy into it. So this is a pose that if we were lying down on the ground, it might be called a twisted root. So we're modifying it to the chair. We're going to bring our legs together. So the energy is inward. You're pressing the outer calf muscle toward the other leg. So squeeze your legs together in this tightly crossed leg. Then this is my right leg, take your left hand to the top of the leg and bring your other arm around. So we're using the force of pulling of the leg to twist to the right. So opening up your back very tall, think of your vertebrae as getting more and more space with every breath in. So floating those juicy spaces between the vertebrae, giving them less compression and more length. All right, stay here, breathe in, and exhale and come back around. So let's uncross, march your feet out, and recross the other side. So the same as before, we're squeezing those legs tightly together. There's energy of the force of the tension of the legs coming tightly like a coiled rope. Right hand on the outside of the left thigh. You can use the back of your chair to help support your twist, and you're twisting your shoulders all the way around to face the left. Keep squeezing your legs together, and of course, keep breathing. In through the nose and out through the nose. Growing your spine, letting your head lift up and release. Let the legs uncross. Really nicely done. All right, so come back to the back of the chair and bring one leg up high. If you're able to place your foot on your seat of your chair, do that. We're squeezing the leg close to the chest. Now we're going to take the left arm and hug the right leg and twist. So this is a little bit lower in the way you feel the twist than what we just did. So we're twisting more of the side body and the lower back. Breath in and breath out. Then release, face forward, Set the leg down and march it out. Start again on the other side, bringing your heel of your foot to your chair if you can. Reach forward with the opposite arm and hug the knee. Turn your shoulders. You can use the back of the chair for support and twist, feeling the stretch where you're feeling it, and breathe into that space where you feel the twist. Excellent. Let's come back around, face forward, and come back up towards the top of the chair. Back to our figure 4, crossing one ankle over the other, sitting up very straight in our spine, and come onto the ball of your bottom foot. Start to press that leg toward the earth and fold forward, keeping the lower leg high heeled. One more set of breath. Breathe in and out, releasing the foot, release the other foot, and march it out. Switching sides. Figure 4, sometimes called half lotus. This would be a modified type of half lotus. And balance on the tippy toes of the bottom foot. Think of your back as like a plank. It's very straight, and you're folding like a board would fold, like a hinge. So we're not rounding over, we're keeping the back straight. So a nice way to think about this is think of your heart is going forward as you come down into your fold. So let's all breathe in. Exhale and reach forward with your heart as you fold over your legs. And wherever you feel the sensation of the stretch, use your imagination to breathe into that area. Bottom foot, top foot. Very well done. March it out. All right, so come back to the back of your chair now. Sitting back, resting your spine against the back of the chair, letting your legs get relaxed and soft, your toes feel light and airy, your body fully supported by the chair and the earth beneath you. And if you're willing, close your eyes and we'll begin to close the practice with a meditation among ourselves, thinking of the word being grounded, thinking about what grounds you. So close your eyes if you're willing. Allow your head to bow forward. Take a slow breath in. For just a moment, while your head is heavy and you're fully supported by the support of the chair, and the support of the floor, the support of the earth, allow your thoughts to drift towards the people that support you and ground you and keep you feeling safe and secure. Then begin to lift your face, eyes still closed, lift your face towards the sky. Stretch your throat, let the rest of your body be still, relaxed, almost a heavy sensation in your bones. Breathe in and out through your nose, and let your thoughts drift to these 2 words, I'm calm. Repeat that to yourself. I'm calm. One more time, say to yourself, I'm calm. Then allow your head to float to neutral, eyes still closed. And feel the places where your feet, the back of your legs, your spine, all these places where you feel the contact of your body supported by something that's underneath you. The floor beneath your feet, the chair beneath your legs, the back of your chair supporting your upper body, even your legs supporting your hands if your hands are resting on your lap. And think a thought that brings you a spirit of gratitude. Say to yourself, I am grateful for, and you fill in the blank. What are you grateful for? Repeat that to yourself 3 times in your own mind. Then allow your head to bow forward again. Inhale, lift your face up towards the ceiling. Exhale, float your ear to your shoulder in a tilt. Lift the head to neutral and let it fall the other direction. Ear hovering over shoulder. Back to the bowed head. Back to lifting the face towards the ceiling. Tilting your head to one side. Letting it float up to neutral and falling the other way. Back to the bow. Now let's reverse it. Tilt the head to the side. Float it to the other side. Lifting up and looking up towards the ceiling. And then back to center. Well done. Let's take our hands to Anjali Mudra, that gesture of a greeting or goodbye. Although we are alone in our spaces, separate, we're not alone in our spirit and our thoughts. We care for one another. I hope you are taking good care of yourself. I miss you. Namaste.